as we begin tonight's ceremony, I want to offer encouragement with thoughts of all the hopes and dreams you will have for the future. The phase of life you are now entering will be full of experiences beyond what you can imagine. I want to encourage you to prepare for those future hopes, dreams, and experiences. Leverage your youth and opportunity to create yourself in light of who you want to be. Your future does not occur by chance. It occurs by preparation. Don't wait for your future to happen. Make your future happen. As you proceed to the next chapter of your lives, I will offer the following ingredients for success. Things I have observed in people I've known and worked with over time. First, integrity. If you carry out your responsibilities consistently to the best of your ability, people will trust you as colleagues and turn to you for leadership. Next, courage. In the face of adversity and even tragedy, try to remember reasons for optimism and never be afraid to ask for help. Follow your instincts and curiosity wherever they lead, and broaden your knowledge by reading as much as you can. Embrace opportunities to collaborate. It's the key to our success as a society, and it helps us grow as individuals. Be bold and take risks, and don't let the fear of failure stop you. Failure is part of life. And it's another way to learn. Change is part of life too. At times it's frightening, but we should see it as a chance to explore and test our limits. Above all, enjoy what you do. Take pleasure and satisfaction in what you achieve, along with the personal characteristics I've mentioned above. This is the key to a happy life. Whatever your next steps are, I invite you to see your studies here as part of a lifetime of learning, and I encourage you to use that learning to leave every situation better than it was when you arrived. Graduates, congratulations. You have worked hard. You deserve to be proud. Good luck and good health to all of you. My thoughts and prayers are with you as you begin your journey.
I would like to welcome everyone to the Jackson City Class of 2018 graduation ceremony. I would like to thank the Jackson City Administration and Board of Education for making this night possible, as well as the many people in the audience who have come to watch our graduation. I hope that you all enjoy the program, and that not too many teary-eyed parents will be seen leaving the gymnasium at the end. Those of you who know me personally know that my experience at Jackson has been less than ordinary, both academically and socially. Coming into high school, I had a lot of ambition and drive to have the best education I possibly could. I had a lot of people who helped me along the way, and I would be truly remiss if I did not recognize these outstanding people. To begin, I would like to thank Mr. Young. Although it has now been 3 years, I'm sure he remembers me as the ambitious freshman who wanted to take college math classes, despite never having an actual course in Algebra 2. Mr. Young gave me a chance to prove myself. I will always remember how I was given the opportunity to pursue advanced mathematics at Jackson, and how it all goes back to the one decision that rested on his shoulders. For that, Mr. Young, I thank you. At every graduation ceremony I've attended over the past 4 years, at least one student has mentioned Mr. Chet Siegel. Now, as I stand on the very same stage that they did, I think it is my turn. A chess coach, a math tutor, a counselor, a carpenter, a left-wing extremist, this man truly is the jack of all trades. I knew Chet only as a chess teacher until one fateful day at after-school math tutoring during 8th grade. I must have been bored that day because he walked over to me and asked me what I was doing. When I told him I had nothing to do, he asked me if I wanted to learn some more math. Having no real interest in math at that point, I actually think I told him no. After he pestered me more, however, I walked over to a table with him. At that point, my story of mathematical study began. Over the years, Chet and I have tackled some very unimaginable math problems, and sadly, we weren't always right at the end of them. Despite this, Chet taught me not to use and abuse a formula, but to rediscover it for myself. He taught me to understand rather to be a quote-unquote weasel. Given I am entering college in the fall as an engineering or mathematics major, I believe I owe a lot of my personality to Chet. He has had an unimaginable impact on my life, and for that, Chet, I thank you. Jackson City School is known for its small, family-like setting. Every year of high school, I watched at least one or two friends that I'd gotten to know very well leave to pursue higher education. 2 hyper-liberals, a Walking Dead enthusiast, and a chess god, just to name a few. Now that it is my turn to leave just as they did, I can't help but wonder how I'll be remembered for my time at Jackson. Whether it be for being okay at math, always wearing a North Face jacket, or something else, it is my hope that I left an impact on those around me. People will always live on in memories when they are gone, and I hope that my story will live on at Jackson for some time to come. The graduates who are seated here tonight all have unique life stories to tell, just as every person has a unique high school experience. I am sure there is not one person in this gymnasium who can't help but think back to their time in high school as we say our goodbyes tonight. We are defined as people by the choices we make and by the experiences we have. So, to my fellow graduates, I offer this advice. The memories that we cherish, the dreams that we all have, and the friends that we've lost, never forget them. Thank you.
I would like to begin by thanking my family, without whom I wouldn't be standing here today. They have pushed me to go above and beyond what was expected of me, and I will be eternally grateful for that. I would also like to thank the teachers that I've gotten to know over the years. The amount of support I've received from them all is far beyond what is asked of their position. Not only have the teachers supported me, but also the custodial staff. The number of laughs I've shared with Patrick, Clyde, and Charles are uncountable. I would like to thank Mr. Chet Siegel specifically. He has helped me in so many ways, whether it be teaching me to play chess, helping me with math, or even assisting me and Jeremy with the New York Times crossword puzzle. The assistance was always valuable. I would also like to thank my closest friends, Jeremy, Blake, River, Keegan, Jacob, and Tim. The amount of trouble and hijinks we got ourselves into these past years have made my time at Jackson City School very special. My career at Jackson, like many of you in the audience, began in preschool. It was there we met and became friends. Though many of those friends moved away, many are still here today. I can recall numerous memories that we've all shared together. Some of the best ones being Mr. Collins teaching us the word mandate, Miss Campbell referring to me as Mashy the cashew, and Jared Mullins attacking us on our 8th grade trip after we destroyed his fuzzy dice. It's memories like these that make Jackson City School a special place that none of us will forget. Now I address you, the graduating class. It was only 4 years ago that we were taking the same seats we are today. In 8th grade, we were all focusing on the summer ahead as opposed to peering into the future. This time, however, it is much different. As we walk across the stage today, we will receive our high school diplomas. It will be the last time we attend open house or our first day of the year at Jackson. Our time here will be finished, but don't look at that as a sad thing. Just remember all the good memories that you've created with your fellow classmates and teachers. These memories will drive you to pursue the life that satisfies your aspirations. With my final remarks, I would like to wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Thank you.
When Miss Teacher first informed me that I was a valedictorian and that I would have to write a speech, I had no idea what I was going to talk about. I thought about it for quite some time and could not come up with any satisfactory ideas. So I did what most teenagers do when they don't know the answer to something. I Googled it. From there, most of the speeches that I saw opened by reminiscing on the early days of high school. That got me thinking about my first day here as a Jackson City Tiger 4 years ago. I climbed the steps to the door as a student here for the very first time, and my heart was pounding as I reached the entrance and had my first realization of the day. The breezeway door was locked, and I had no idea where to go. Until this point, I had only been to Jackson for ball games and other people's graduations. Fast forward a few hours, and we had gone through the first day activities and were going to each of our classes for about half an hour. That is when I had an encounter with what I thought was the most menacing, fear-invoking being I had ever met, Mr. Sewell. He discovered that I was not on the roster and sent me to the office. As a straight-A student who had never been in trouble in her life, it was a truly traumatic experience. In case that wasn't enough, I had a second realization of the day. I didn't know where the office was either. A lot has changed since that first day of freshman year. I can usually make my way into school with fairly little difficulty, and I eventually became the not-so-scary Mr. Sewell's co-op. But those aren't the only things that have changed. As a class, we have learned, grown, and all of us, except maybe Jared, have matured at least a little bit. Even so, our top group has remained stronger in the past 4 years, doing some things that are probably considered pretty immature and making memories that will last forever. From dancing, playing with dolphins, and eating like champions on the senior trip, to intense games of cards or family feud during end-of-the-year testing, and every inside joke in between, we have all given each other good times to look back on and made our high school experiences a lot better. I'm beyond thankful for all of the friendships that I have made with each of you here today, and I also am thankful for those that I've made with Zach and Tim, who we all wish could be with us for this milestone. There are plenty of other people to thank as well. I could never repay the teachers that I've had throughout my high school career for all that they have done for the class of 2018. While all of them have had a tremendous influence on us, there are a few that have gone above and beyond their role as teacher for me during my time at Jackson. Thank you to Ms. Henson for being school mom and all that encompasses, to Mr. Sewell for asking me to be your co-op and now being like a friend to me, to Ms. Trent for doing more for me both inside and out of school than I could ever write, even though I cannot count the times that I've had you tell the story of me jumping out of your car. To Charles for never failing to tell me good morning and make me smile even on the days when senioritis seemed to be getting the best of me. To Ms. Gillen for spending countless hours helping me survive college algebra even when it seemed like a lost cause. And to Mr. Siegel for tutoring me, writing a letter of recommendation that almost brought me to tears, and perfecting my GSP application even on your vacation time. The teachers, faculty, and staff here at Jackson are what makes this such an amazing place. Jackson City is a school of opportunity because of you. In my 4 years here, I've had the opportunity to be involved with so many things that I never imagined. I became co-captain of the volleyball and track and field teams, 2 sports that I had never played before transferring. Joined leadership teams, spent a life-changing summer at the Governor's Scholar Program, won prom queen, acted in my first play just last week, and can now say that I'm a valedictorian. All of it is thanks to the people who supported me along the way and pushed me to be my best, which brings me to the part of the speech where I talked about my family. I would like to simply start by saying thank you to all of my loved ones, especially the ones who gave me money. On a serious note, Papa, thank you for asking me every day how things are going and giving me words of wisdom that I will carry for the rest of my life. Grandma, thank you for all the nights and weekends that we spent baking cookies. Mom, Dad, I could never say enough about all the things that you do for me every single day. This has been one of the hardest parts of the speech to write, just because I cannot put into words how much you mean to me and how thankful I am to have you. And last but not least, to my best friend through it all, Colton. I could not have made it through school without you. We fight like cats and dogs sometimes, but I don't know a set of siblings that don't. And it makes me happy when people comment on how great of a relationship we have and how they can tell that we love each other. I'll always have your back, and I know you'll always have mine too. Most importantly, I thank God for all of the blessings He's given me throughout these past 4 years and all the ones that are still to come. Finally, to my classmates, I believe that we will go on to accomplish great things in life, and I'm confident that we will remain friends for many years to come. I love all of you, and in the words of Cruise Director Cam, ciao for now.
Will everyone please rise for the singing of our school's alma mater? The lyrics can be found in your
In your program, you'll see an insert for our guest speaker today, Representative Rocky Atkins. I told him that I wasn't going to read it. I wasn't going to go page by page, note by note, word by word. But all I can say is that he is not just a staunch supporter of education and the future of Kentucky. He is a fighter. With the opening of the Craft Academy, I think that was the first time that I'd really got a chance to see Representative Atkins and everything, but he's mainly responsible for us having the Craft Academy in Eastern Kentucky. Without that, we would have to send our kids all the way across the state to the Gatton Academy if they wanted to go someplace. And not everybody has the means to do that. With data scene, you know, our school is huge with data scene. So much is done for our school with data scene. When I was there with Mr. Coots fighting for data scene, the only representative I saw show up was Rocky Atkins, fighting for data scene, fighting for cancer research, fighting for our schools. With the teacher pension issue that came up, he was passionate about supporting what was right for education and your educators and the teachers in Kentucky. Not only that, he was there, I guess, storming the meeting for funding of the schools. So, you know, take that, seniors, as your future. Take that as a challenge of how to be. If you know something is wrong, do what it takes to do the right thing. Even if that includes walking into a room that the chairperson says you're not even supposed to be in, and speak your mind, represent what's right. So I am very, very proud to have with us in Jackson City tonight, Representative Rocky Atkins.
Let me, first of all, just say what a tremendous honor it is, and thank you to the graduating class for the invitation to be here tonight. For all of you family members and friends that are here to enjoy and celebrate with these students tonight their accomplishments, this is really a special invitation for me because I know how tonight is very special to you as well. We're proud of you. We wish you the very, very best. We congratulate you here tonight. You know, being a member of the Kentucky House of Representatives now from Eastern Kentucky, tonight is one of those positive nights, one of those good nights, one of those nights that graduates, you'll remember forever. In 1978, when I graduated from Elliott County High School, I just took a little stroll down memory lane down this hallway when I visited with you all, and actually went into the now classroom building that used to be the gymnasium. I played many basketball games in that gymnasium when Elliott County traveled over here to play in the Old Foothills Conference that we had that didn't have football, but we played basketball. And that was a tremendous experience then, and to walk that hallway tonight and to be here with you and your family is a special time for all of us. So tonight, let's be proud. Let's be proud. It's an emotional night for you graduates, many of your family members, but we are proud of you for your accomplishments here tonight, and we challenge you here tonight to continue on. I would first of all, and I have always done this, in anything that I've ever achieved in life, I've always looked beside of me, in front of me, and behind me to realize who made that possible. And there's always, as an individual, we have to put out our own effort. We have to gut it out. We have to work hard ourselves and realize that the things that mean the most to us in life are the things that we have to work the hardest for. But I always look around me to see who helped make that possible. And there's a lot of people here tonight with you who have supported you, nurtured you, and have been beside you and helped you along the way. Your family and your friends from this community who have stood with you and have helped you through your daily challenges and have celebrated with you during your accomplishments. Tonight, take time to thank them. Take time to thank those who are responsible for helping you get here tonight. Thank them. You know, when I played my college basketball at Morehead State University, I was the point guard. It was my responsibility to get the ball down the floor. It was my responsibility to be the coach on the floor. It was my responsibility to carry out the game plan. But as the point guard, it wasn't about me or about I, it was about we. And it was about how you make everybody else a little bit better. So I can tell you here tonight that without question, you're making yourself better by being graduates of Jackson City High School. But I can tell you here tonight that by doing that, you're making everybody else not only proud of you, but you're making everybody else better as well. So as you leave here tonight, thank those people. Give them a hug. That's responsible for you being here tonight to be able to celebrate. As you go back in memory lane yourself and the memories you've had at this school, I know these teachers and this administration want you to return many times as you carry on. There's been another group of people that have been responsible for surrounding you and helping you along the way, basically almost on a daily basis. And that's a group of people that I happen to have a tremendous amount of respect for. And that's a group of people called school teachers. A group of people who are called teachers, educators, who go in that classroom every day. What an awesome responsibility it is to go in a classroom, and as a former teacher myself, and the son of a father who was 50 years in public education, 39 of those in the classroom, is now a retired teacher. Teachers, there's many of us who have tremendous respect for you and what you do. The responsibility of taking our children and molding them into the people they're going to be in the future through making sure that they get a quality education. So tonight, students, you've mentioned some of those in your speeches already. Those teachers that have been in that classroom with you. I'm proud to stand here tonight and tell you the education community, not only here at Jackson City School, but also educators all across this Commonwealth. I stand with you. I stand by you as we fight for the future of public education in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Let's give these school teachers a big round of applause. Now, students, I have learned something in my time of public speaking. You're not here tonight to listen to me. You're here tonight to graduate. I have never given big, long graduation speeches, and I'm not going to start tonight. But I'm going to get to 2 or 3 points just real quick. I just finished my 31st year in the Kentucky House of Representatives, representing little, small, rural communities in my legislative district, and the responsibilities I've had in serving there is some of the most special times that I will always remember is the opportunity to help others. And the opportunity that I've had to meet thousands of people along the way that I would not have had the opportunity to meet without this tremendous honor and privilege of being able to serve as a public servant. It's been a tremendous honor for me. But students, I'm the only member of my family to ever run for a political office. And I ran for this office because I came back to Eastern Kentucky, my home, after graduation. And I wanted to be involved in my community to help make a difference, to do good things for our region of Eastern Kentucky, and to make sure our people have the same hope and opportunity that they do in all other places throughout Kentucky, throughout this nation, and around the world. And we continue to fight for that. Students, we have the opportunity to take advantage of opportunities we never thought would come along, but because we were prepared for those, we were able to take advantage of opportunities. I was elected to this position at the age of 26, on my 26th birthday. And an opportunity came along in an area that I never thought I'd be involved in. But because, like you, I was able to get a quality education. I was able to teach in the classroom. I was able to be in the private sector and work 30 years of my life while I served in the coal industry. Able to do things throughout the region to hopefully give back and help. That is what has been rewarding to me, serving as a state representative in the Kentucky House of Representatives. But I want you to not underestimate what opportunity means and how that came about. You know, graduates, you live in the greatest country in the world, the United States of America. And that didn't come easy. A country that offers more freedom, hope, and opportunity than any other country in the world. Freedom is not free. A tremendous price has been paid for us to be able to be here and assemble with freedom of speech, and to be able to get a public education, and to be able to carry on and live out your dreams and be what you want to be in the greatest country in the world. And tonight I have, as I have in past speeches, graduates, I think it's important while we thank those that have been around us and we thank those who have taught us, I think we ought to thank those who have served us. For those veterans who sit in this audience tonight, and even maybe those who are in active military that might be here tonight, and those who are in active military right now serving us around the world, would the veterans in this gymnasium, would you please stand and let us thank you for your service to the greatest country in the world, the United States. It's that kind of service that allows us to make sure we always remember and we never forget. I would challenge you also tonight to continue to prepare yourself for opportunities. To continue to make sure that you are prepared for any opportunity that may come along. I challenge you tonight, because of living in the greatest country in the world, that you continue through preparation to take advantage of opportunities that come along and live the American dream by being what you want to be, but working hard to make sure that you achieve that. 2 more points. Graduates, I told you I'm from Eastern Kentucky. I'm an Eastern Kentuckian from the top of my head to the bottom of my feet, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud of our region. I'm proud of who we are. I'm proud of our heritage. And I'm proud to be an Eastern Kentuckian. How about you all? I'm proud to be an Eastern Kentuckian. Be proud of that. So in saying that, be proud of who you are. And be proud of where you're from. Be proud of who you are. And be proud of where you're from. I challenge you tonight to do that. Wherever you go, I'm going to tell you this. There's no place like home. Be proud of who you are. And be proud of where you're from. The last point I want to make tonight, before I get out of the way, and again, thank you all for this tremendous honor. This is a tremendous honor to speak before you tonight on this very special night for you. Is I want to challenge you to do your part. Put forth your effort to be the best you can be. But I also want to challenge you to make sure that you surround yourself with good people as you carry on. Make sure you surround yourself with people you know you can count on. Make sure you surround yourself with people that want the best for you. Make sure you surround yourself with people you know you can trust. It's not an easy thing to do. You know, in every profession and everything that we do, there are some people that don't want to see you do well. Really. Surround yourself with good people. And I know you've done that to be able to achieve, to be here tonight, to be able to be graduating 2018 class here at Jackson City High School. I just want to close and wish you all the very best in this exciting venture you're getting ready to take. As I stand here tonight and I look at you and I'll say 14 years ago I was talking about this country being energy independent and people looking at me like I was crazy. And here today, while we continue to fight for the cold energy and the energy sector, we're an energy exporter. We are now energy independent. But a 21st century economy is well on its way. While we've seen the downturn in the coal economy, and I'm one of those casualties. I walked out the door with 1,200 other people. I'm one of those casualties. So while I continue to fight for the economy that has been the backbone of Eastern Kentucky, the coal industry, and the energy industry. The #1 export industry in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, it's not coal, it's not tobacco, it's not cars, it's not bourbon. Our #1 export industry today in the Commonwealth of Kentucky is the aeronautics industry, an $11.5 billion export industry. And here we are today, educating that workforce. Educating that workforce to fill those 350,000 to 500,000 jobs that are going to be needed in the next 20 years by Boeing, Lockheed Martin, and GE. My dream, because we are educating that workforce at places like the Space Science Center at Moorhead, Space Tango at the University of Kentucky, the Aviation School at Eastern. My dream is that Boeing will raise its hand and say, I'm going to the hills and the mountains of Eastern Kentucky. And we're going there because that workforce that we need is being educated in Eastern Kentucky. And the greatest workforce in the world that has been hurt because of the downturn in the coal economy, the laid-off coal miners, those folks affected by that, the laid-off railroad workers and the steel workers, the greatest workforce in the world, that we would retrain that workforce to fill what is needed at a Boeing, a Lockheed Martin, or a GE. I'm here tonight to tell you, graduates, that's your future. We want you back home. We want you, if you want to come back home, that you can. And our people have hope and opportunity as we move into the future. I like these bright faces. I like this class. I just met you. We expect big things. We challenge you tonight to do your deal. Be what you want to be. And make sure you continue to make this community, the Commonwealth of Kentucky, and the United States of America, a better place for the future. Thank you all for having me.
Thank you, Mr. Atkins, for those wonderful words of wisdom. We have several scholarship awards that we have representatives here to present at this time. So first up, we will have Martina Martin from the University of Kentucky.
Good evening. Again, my name is Dr. Martina Martin, and I am our Associate Director of our Student Services Center at the University of Kentucky, where I have the honor of working with many of our first-generation college students. It is definitely a privilege and a pleasure to join you today on this special occasion to present scholarships to several of your outstanding seniors. This is a great time of year when I get to travel around the state and the Eastern Kentucky region to present these scholarships. And I am so looking forward to welcoming each of these new Wildcats to campus this fall. I have 3 scholarship presentations that I'll be making for 3 separate awards. And the first is our Provost Scholarship. On behalf of the Office of Academic Scholarships, I am proud to present the Provost Scholarship first to Charles Coots. Next, Keegan Snowden. And next, Jeremy Strong. And on behalf of the Office of Academic Scholarships, I am proud to present the William C. Parker Scholarship to 2 of your students as well. And those students are DJ Liu and Binyang Liu. And finally, our Robinson Scholars Scholarship. On behalf of the Robinson Leader Scholarship Program, I am proud to present this scholarship, the Legacy Scholarship, to Jeremy Strong. Thank you, congratulations, and we wish you the best in all your future endeavors.
Dr. Jennifer Linden, President of HCTC.
First of all, I want to congratulate the graduates. Never underestimate the power that you and your light can shed upon the community. You can, and you do, make a difference every day. Don't forget that. And I too want to thank Principal Rod and Superintendent Yount for allowing me to be a part of this event and be part of this stage of such a progressive school system. I want to congratulate Jackson City Schools on becoming the first America's entrepreneurial school in 5 states. The Jackson City school system was involved in a project with 5 other states that included Kentucky, Ohio, West Virginia, and Tennessee. So I guess that's a total of 5 states. And they were the first school to become one of America's entrepreneurial schools. And to do that, every student in the school system had to be touched in some form with entrepreneurial education. So they were taught aspects of small business training. And if you look around Jackson and Breathitt County, you can see that small businesses are a vital part of our economy. And I think that they are critical for our small, rural, eastern Kentucky cities and counties to survive. So again, I congratulate Jackson City Schools. I do have some scholarships to award tonight. We have many generous donors in our communities, and they make our scholarships at HCTC possible, and I thank you for that. Don't forget, graduates, that HCTC is a quality, affordable place to begin or finish your education. And if you notice all the construction going on outside, we are building a new technical training center, our intergenerational training center, and with that, we'll be able to train workers for the aerospace industry. So we're really excited about that. So most of our scholarships are valued at around $3,200, and the student maintains that scholarship every semester they're at the college. So they'll get $800 per term, and that's for, if you take 4 terms, that would be $3,200. Our Commonwealth scholarship is $1,000 per term, or around $4,000 if you look at 4 terms. So the first scholarship I have to award tonight is the Granville and May Deaton Scholarship, and that is presented to Emily Rose Baker. Next is the James R. and Florence Deaton Scholarship, presented to Eva Madison Hensley. Next, we have the Leanne Toller Memorial Scholarship, presented to Stephanie Schuyler Hubbard. They gave it to me. Sorry. Next, we have the Troy Eslinger Scholarship, presented to Sarah Abigail Ortiz. Next, we have a second James R. and Florence Deaton Scholarship, presented to Hunter Thomas Sally. And finally, we have the Commonwealth Scholarship, presented to Charles Matthew Coots.
with the Jackson Women's Club.
Good evening. I'm proud to represent the Jackson Women's Club. For 40-some years, we have been giving a scholarship that has 3 requirements. One, it must go to a young lady. This is a memorial scholarship, and it goes to a young lady. She has to have been raised in Breathitt County, and she has to have attended some of the schools within this county. I'm very proud this year to present this scholarship to Eva Madison Hensley.
Dennis Moore, Breathitt County Masonic Lodge.
Good evening. On behalf of the Grand Lodge of Kentucky, Training Safety Masons, Breathitt Masonic Lodge number 649, and myself, congratulations. To let you know just a little bit about Freemasonry, it is one of the oldest fraternities in the world. The first Grand Lodge was started in 1717. Freemasonry has been part of Breathitt County for over 125 years. Our lodge was chartered in 1890. Breathitt Masonic Lodge has helped aid and assist our community throughout the years. The best way we decide to help our community grow is investing in our youth. Several years ago, we started a scholarship program. Each year, our members choose an individual from each school system. It is my pleasure to present 2018 Breathitt Masonic Lodge Scholarship to Ms. Emily Baker. Thank you and congratulations.
Irvin Allen with Kiwanis Club.
I'm honored to be able to represent the Kiwanis Club of Jackson, Kentucky in making this presentation. Kiwanis International is a civic club, and it concerns itself with improving communities. It was founded in 1915 in Detroit, and it's now headquartered in Indianapolis. We have over 600,000 members in over 80 countries of the world. Originally, the motto of Kiwanis was "We Build," but in 2005, in its international convention in Honolulu, the motto was changed to "Serving the Children of the World." I am one Kiwanian who chooses to believe that Kiwanis International continues to build better communities, one child at a time. Kiwanis is driven by the Judeo-Christian ethic. Its precepts are called objects, and there are 6 of them, and I would like to share them with you at this time. Object 1, to give primacy to the human and spiritual rather than to the material values of life. Object 2, to encourage the daily living of the golden rule in all human relationships. Object 3, to promote the adoption and the application of higher social, business, and professional standards. Object 4, to develop by precept and example a more intelligent, aggressive, and serviceable citizenship. Object 5, to provide through Kiwanis clubs a practical means to form enduring friendships, to render altruistic service and to build better communities. And object 6, to cooperate in creating and maintaining that sound public opinion and high idealism which make possible the increase of righteousness, justice, patriotism, and goodwill. The Citizenship Award includes a certificate and a check for $100. And it gives me great pleasure to make this presentation to Jonathan Meese.
Janie Griffith with the Daughters of the American Revolution Citizenship Award. The award that I'm going to present tonight is the Daughters of the American Revolution, and it's a citizenship award. Before I present that, I'd like to read something or say something to the graduates. First, I'd like to ask a question. I want you to think about this. What really matters in life? Is it a high grade point average? Is it a wall full of framed degrees? Is it a high paying job? A large bank account, a fine house, an expensive car? What really matters? When your journey here on this earth is over and you stand before your Creator, what will you be able to say was your greatest achievement here on earth? What did you do that really mattered? None of the things that I have mentioned will matter. Don't let a teacher or a parent or anyone else tell you otherwise. What really matters in life is how you treat your fellow man. It is what you do for humanity, for the elderly, for the disabled, for the poor, and the less fortunate in this world. Martin Luther King once said, "Somewhere along the way, we must learn that there is nothing greater than to do something for others." The award I am here to present tonight is a service award, a Good Citizenship Award, and it goes to a student who has demonstrated the qualities of a good citizen. The DAR Citizenship Award is for students who have demonstrated the qualities of dependability, service, leadership, and patriotism. And it is with great honor that I present this award tonight to Kaylee Smith.
Some additional scholarships that we did not have a presenter able to be here tonight that we would like to present at this time. The first one is the Kentucky Futures Scholarship, and that is being presented to Charles Matthew Cook. Our next scholarship is on behalf of Eastern Kentucky University in recognition of scholastic excellence in earning a Governor's Scholar Regent Scholarship in the amount of $8,996, and this scholarship is being presented this evening to Kaylee Smith. Kaylee, you need to stay up here. Our next scholarship is the 4-H Council Senior Scholarship for Breathitt County, and Kaylee Smith is also the recipient of the 4-H Scholarship. One more. Kaylee also received recognition at Breathitt County Academic Boosters. She receives the Jerry Howe Scholarship, which comes with $250 to use toward her educational expenses. Our next scholarship is the Mary Armstrong Slaw Power Scholarship, and this is being presented to Keaton Snowden. And our final scholarship is the WYMT Mountain Classic Scholarship, being presented to Jeremy Strong. We would also like to present some technical certifications and industry certifications this evening. These are on behalf of the Breathitt Area Technology Center. They were unable to be here, but we have several recipients of that. Alex Feltner will come forward. Alex Feltner has earned the ASE Student Certification for Maintenance and Light Repair. He passed the Kentucky COSA Automotive Technology Exam, and he graduates career ready. Nathan Johnson, if you'll come up. Nathan has earned the ASE Student Certification for Suspension and Steering, Brakes, and Maintenance and Light Repair. He passed the COSA Automotive Technology Exam. He graduates career ready, and he has been chosen for the Senior Recipient of Automotive Technology Award. Jared Mullins. Jared has earned the ASE Student Certification for Maintenance and Light Repair, and he graduates career ready. Jonathan Neese. Jonathan has also earned the ASE student certification for maintenance and light repair, and he graduates career ready as well. Mr. Chet Siegel now has some chess awards.
Good evening. For the past 15 years or so, Jackson City has been sending teams of chess players to the Kentucky Sweet 16 State Team Chess Championships. The 16 high school teams that qualify for the state team finals in the 4 regional quads every year come from all parts of Kentucky, most from the very large, big city high schools in Louisville, Lexington, and northern Kentucky, with more than 2,000 students, and very, very few from high schools the size of Jackson City. For many years, our teams were happy to come home with 1 win in 4 matches, maybe even with 1 draw for half a point. I don't think we were ever shut out completely, but it may be my memory is blocking out those years. Over time, as our elementary and middle school players gained tournament experience and reached their high school years, our team started moving up into the ranks of decent teams, maybe winning half of our matches and losing half. It wasn't until this class of 2018 reached their freshman year, however, that Jackson City became one of the very few elite high school chess teams in the state. That first year of their high school career, the team brought home our very first high school state team trophy with a 4th place finish at the state finals. The following year, Jackson City, with 3 members of this class of 2018 playing on the main 4 boards, was the state runner-up. Their junior year, the team reached the final match of the state team finals with a chance to win the championship, and fell agonizingly short by a score of 2.5 to 1.5. This year, Jackson City was all alone in first place after 2 rounds of the 4-round tournament, then lost for the 3rd year in a row to the eventual 5-time state champion, and finished as the state runner-up for the 2nd time in 3 years. This 5-time state champion, DuPont Manual, each year graduates around 400 of the most academically gifted students drawn from the metropolitan Louisville area with a population of 1 million people. It has been the only team to win against Jackson City's high school team at the regional or state level in the past 3 years. People at the state team championships often aren't sure just where in the state Jackson Independent is located. But these 3 players from this class of 2018 have surely put us on the chess map for some time to come. They are a remarkable group of young men who support each other in good times and bad, and have represented Jackson City School with distinction, outstanding play, and exemplary sportsmanship throughout their high school years. I am honored to be associated with them as their coach, even though it has been a few years now since I've been able to give any of them a decent game on the chessboard. Our first 2018 Jackson City School Chess Award winner began playing interscholastic chess in the 5th grade, competing in every state team finals since then. He has played in the Eastern Kentucky King of the Mountains High School Chess League since the 7th grade, being one of the very few students in Jackson City chess history to attain a U.S. Chess Federation rating of 1,000 before his 8th grade graduation. He has boarded the bus with us on Saturday mornings 45 times in the past 8 years to place in chess tournaments for Jackson City. I am pleased to present the 2018 High School Chess Award to Jackson City's 3rd board in this year's state team finals, Mr. Jeremy Strong. This year's second 2018 Jackson City Chess Award winner came to Jackson City as a freshman, all the way from Beijing, China, a city of more than 20 million people. To say that moving to Jackson was a shock to him is probably a gross understatement. He may have harbored thoughts at some time of going back to his native land, but I'm very glad he decided to stay in Jackson City for 4 years and join us here for his high school graduation. He won the title of Individual King of the Mountains in 2017 by finishing first among the approximately 100 players in our high school league, and has his name inscribed permanently on the league's traveling trophies. It is my pleasure to present the 2018 High School Chess Award to Jackson City's 2nd board in this year's state team finals, Mr. Liu Dinjiang. Our final 2018 Jackson City Chess Award winner began his high school chess career with a perfect score of 5-0 in his very first King of the Mountains tournament as a freshman. And he finished his high school play with a perfect 5-0 score in his final King of the Mountains tournament as a senior. This last effort won him the Chess League crown as the 2018 Individual King of the Mountains. He began his high school years as the highest rated player in our school and finished as the highest rated player in Jackson City chess history. In this year's state team finals, he was matched against the top rated players on board 1 from the teams rated number 1, number 2, and number 4 in the state. And he finished the tournament with a perfect 4-0 individual record. It is with great joy that I present the final 2018 Jackson City School High School Chess Award to our first board, Mr. Liu Dinjiang. Thank you.
Now I'd like to recognize members of our Jackson City School leadership team. Education doesn't just take place in the classroom. I'm a strong believer in building character and learning service and becoming a well-rounded person. And I have many leaders on this group that I'm extremely proud of, and I want to recognize them tonight. This leadership team this year, we focused on doing mentoring with our freshman students, We have also spent time doing leadership development where we've learned to become more effective communicators, and we've also done a lot of service. Our leadership team at Jackson City School is also kind of our go-to group for volunteers and when we need help with a project, and these students have served willingly in that role, and I'm so proud of them. They've done more than 16 hours of community service this year, including Pediatric Cancer Awareness Week. They served at the Interfaith Christmas Store. They served at several school events such as the Home for the Holidays, the College and Career Fair, and the Art Show. And they also volunteered at the homeless shelter to feed lunch at the Catholic Action Center in Lexington, Kentucky. And I'm just extremely proud of the way that I've seen these students grow as leaders over the past couple of years. So with the following people, as I call your names, please come up and be recognized as being a member of our leadership team. Ms. Haley Smith.
Jonathan Neese. Eva Madison Hensley. Jared Mullins. Emily Baker. Tierra Trent. Sarah Ortiz.
With our Year Up program, we focus a lot on service, and that's part of the development of the leadership team. But I have a special service award that I would like to present tonight. Sometimes a student comes along that just has a heart for others, that always puts others before themselves. And there's numerous examples of this student, even this evening with her classmates. She put them before herself and went to great lengths to talk to you all and give you all a little gift. And she has done that ever since I remember her in middle school. She's taken time to think of others, and she's always so willing to help out. I don't know what I would have done without my right-hand lady this year. And she just really has a heart and has compassion for others. And I wanted to recognize her with a Heart for Service Award tonight, Miss Eva Madison Henson. We have a few more awards for the students. If the first row would please rise. Just come around to the stage a little bit. Emily Baker is receiving an award for Academic Boosters of Breathitt County. She is also receiving the Gear Up Scholar Award as a college-ready student, and she has participated in our Invictus Dual Credit Program with 32 credit hours. Matthew Coots is receiving the Academic Boosters of Breathitt County Award. He is also receiving the Gear Up Scholar Award as a college-ready student, and he has been a part of our Invictus Dual Credit Program, earning 38 credit hours and 1 AP course. Alex Feltner is receiving his Microsoft Office Specialist for Office Word. He is also receiving the Gear Up Scholar Award as a career-ready student. Adriana Hayes is receiving our Gear Up Scholar Award. Madison Hensley is receiving the Academic Boosters of Breathitt County Award, the Gear Up Scholar Award, and she has been part of our Invictus Dual Credit Program, earning 35 credit hours. Nathan Johnson is receiving the Gear Up Scholar Award as a career-ready student. Shana Little is also receiving the Gear Up Scholar Award. Second row rise, please come forward. River Liu is receiving an award for world history. He is also receiving an award for advanced biology, the Gear Up Scholar Award as a college-ready student, and he has participated in our Invictus Dual Credit Program, earning 12 credit hours. Lake Liu is receiving an award for world history. He is also receiving an award for advanced biology, the Gear Up Scholar Award as a college-ready student, and the Invictus Dual Credit Program, earning 12 credit hours. Jared Mullins is receiving the Triple Threat Award from the KHSAA for participating in soccer, basketball, track, and baseball. He is also receiving the Gear Up Scholar Award as both a college and career-ready student. Our only Jonathan Neese is receiving the Drama Class Award for the Outstanding Senior. He is also receiving the Gear Up Scholar Award for career-ready students. Sarah Ortiz is receiving the Gear Up Scholar Award and the Invictus Dual Credit Program Award. She has earned 32 credit hours. Sally is receiving the John Philip Sousa Band Award. He is also receiving the Gear Up Scholar Award. Jerica Smith is receiving the Gear Up Scholar Award. Third row, please rise and come forward. Katie Smith is receiving awards in anatomy. She is also receiving the Microsoft Office Specialist for certification for Office Word. She is also receiving Outstanding Academic Achievement in ICT, the Gear Up Scholar Award as a college-ready student, and the Invictus Dual Credit Program Award, where she has earned 24 credit hours. Keegan Snowden is receiving the Gear Up Scholar Award as a college-ready student. He is also receiving the Invictus Dual Credit Program Award for earning 14 credit hours and completing 3 AP courses. Jeremy Strong is receiving a Certificate of Achievement for State Governor's Cup Academic Award. He is also receiving the Gear Up Scholar Award as a college-ready student and the Invictus Dual Credit Program, where he has earned 18 college hours, completing 10.5 AP courses for a total of 38 more credit hours, for a total of 56 total credit hours. Tiara Trent is receiving the Gear Up Scholar Award.
You may be seated. Superintendent Yount, Jackson Independent School Board members, it is my honor and pleasure to inform you that these seniors have met or exceeded the requirements set forth by the Commonwealth of Kentucky and the Jackson Independent School District to receive their diplomas and become graduates of the Jackson City Schools.
Seniors, front row, please stand and come to the side here. When I call your name, come up to the seniors club. Emily Rose Baker. Charles Matthew Coote. Alex Blaine Felton. Adriana Nicole Hayes. Eva Madison Henry. Nathaniel Eugene Johnson. Shayna K. Little. First row be seated, second row please rise. Dean James Booth. Yin Yang, blue. Jared Wayne Mullins. Jonathan Aaron Neese. Are you ready over there? One more. Sarah Abigail Ortiz. Hunter Thomas Savage. Jerica Ann Smith.
Thank you. Congratulations. You know, we got the two shots. All right.
Second row be seated. Third row, please rise. Come forward. Kaylee Autumn Smith. Keegan Lee Snowden.
Who's the last one? Thank you. We got that.
Jeremy N. Strong. Tierra Lynn Trent.
Let's get one of them. Who's the first to do that?
We have a special diploma for a senior who could not be in attendance, but who is joining us. He is Zach. We are sending our love and prayers. So we present this diploma to Zachary Gerald Augusta Fletcher.
To preface, I apologize for likely making every person in this auditorium cry. It took me quite a while to find the words to say. As you may have noticed, there are two empty chairs there. One of them is for Tim Warren, who is no longer with us. Not only was Tim an incredibly important part of this class, but he was incredibly important to me personally. Without Tim, I likely wouldn't be on this stage right now. We were asked to share our favorite memory with Tim, and while this may not be my favorite, it's certainly up there. Before I start, I want everyone to know I haven't told anybody this story. About 2 years ago, I had my first girlfriend, which is also thanks to Tim. She and I were having problems, and Tim asked me if I wanted to go to the park with him to get my mind off things. I got there first, and he got there a few minutes later. We skated around and talked for a while. He wasn't exactly feeling happy either, so I was also trying to comfort him. We ended up sitting on that metal table in the middle of the skate park. He had the idea to go to McDonald's because of the heat. We both got up and kind of just stood there for a minute. Here, I want to interject. For those of you who were lucky enough to meet him, you would know that he was not the best at showing his emotions, and seldom did so, which is why this memory in particular stands out to me. After standing there for a few moments, he hugged me and told me thank you. This may not seem significant to you, but it is absolutely important to me, especially given the events that happened shortly after. That one hug and thank you changed my life. I realized that I had made a difference in somebody's life for the better, and that is the best feeling in the world. So for that, thank you, Tim. I would now like to read a list of my classmates' favorite memories of Tim. Matty Hensley, when he would always steal my phone to use my data and would always take my monkey blanket during testing. Also, when we would eat a bunch of candy in geometry. Nathan Johnson, my favorite memory with Tim was in the first year he came here. We were in Mr. Collins' room, and Tim folded up a paper airplane and threw it at me, hitting me in the eye. I laughed, but he was freaking out, begging me not to tell. I remember that, Hunter Sally, I remember that Tim was always a fun person to have around. I could really tell that deep down, he was very caring. River Lou, my favorite memory of Tim is definitely the Telltale Heart movie we made in Miss Bowling's class. It was filled with laughter during the process, especially during the interrogation scene between Tim and Matt. Jeremy Strong, sophomore year, 6th period, Tim steals William's phone. I then proceed to chase him down multiple hallways, and then, after running from Mrs. Bowling's room to Miss Davidson's, Mr. Young called both of us to the office over the intercom. I'll never forget us coming up with excuses as we walked down the stairs to his office. Sarah Ortiz, in geometry, freshman year, Maddie brought in huge bags of candy, and we all sat in the back, not paying attention to what was going on, and just ate candy. Tierra Trent, my favorite memory of him is the last day of freshman year when we went to the park, and he tried teaching me how to skateboard, and then I face planted, and Tim laughed at me, but told me to get back up and try again. Jerica Smith, my favorite memory of Tim was when he would constantly throw paper balls at Keegan in humanities. Adriana Hayes, I remember when Tim first came here, and Miss Davidson, she'd yell at him for crawling on the floor and always talking in class. Emily Baker, my favorite memory of Tim was when he would always find ways to drive the teachers crazy, but make everyone laugh and love him. Jonathan Neese, my favorite memory of Tim is when Jared, Tim, and I went to the skate park. Jared fell off the ramp and made his chin bleed, so Tim and I helped him get cleaned up. Alex Feldman, my favorite memory of Tim was when we were making our movies of The Telltale Heart in Miss Bowling's class. And Tim asked me to pick him up and carry him. I picked him up, and I immediately face planted, and he fell on top of me, and everyone started laughing. Kaylee Smith, my favorite memory with Tim was at our cousin's birthday party. Tim, Colton, and I played an antique slot machine and picked music from a vintage jukebox. Jared Mullins, when Tim and I were in Mr. Sewell's class, and I turned Tim's backpack inside out, and he got sent out the hallway. Blake Blue, I will always remember Tim as the helper who helped River read, the boy who had Doritos for breakfast, and the one we made the Telltale Heart movie with. I will forever cherish all the fun we had. Matt Coops, my favorite memory of Tim was hanging out in Miss Bowling's room during 6th period. We would play games and talk. It was a great time. As I'm sure you can see, Tim was very well loved by not only me, but all of my class. Thank you for inspiring us all to do great things, and thank you for being my best friend.
It's a little funny too, because I was thinking my memory, and it also included Jeremy and Tim running in the hall. on camera the whole time, then walking down to the office after I called them down on camera the whole time, and I could see them just making their tails after I'd already seen everything that happened. And you could tell these are boys that never get in trouble because they were the worst stories I think I've ever heard. But we'll remember that forever. So Bobby and Diane, in our hearts, in our school family, Tim will always be there. If you would come up and accept his diploma, I would be honored.
To Tim's classmates in our school, thank you for helping our boy. Thank you for the support. And thank you for showing us how proud Tim would be so proud of each and every one of you. As I sat here tonight and I heard all of your awards and your accomplishments, I want you to do great things. And I want you to remember Tim, and he loved you, and you make him proud, and you tell your children about your friend that you went to high school with, and you do great things, and I'm going to be watching. We love you all.
If everybody could remain seated, the PowerPoint presentation is getting ready to start, and it gets really dark in here.
I haven't worked for an audience for years, so I thank you all for cutting this out.
This fire
passenger van in a small club in Minnesota. And the snow outside the first night, I just wanted my name and star. Now look where we at, still growing up. Still growing up. I lay in my bed and dream about what I do. Wish I didn't drink off of that glass. Wish I made it to homecoming, not up the curb. Wish I got a hand out of my shirt. Wish I put the bottle back on that shelf. Wish I wouldn't worry about what other people thought I felt comfortable with myself. Sneaking out and falling. Me and that we just on the last street, figuring out who I was. Somebody would've told me, babe, that some things are the good old days. And all these reckless lives you were bad. Cause something's done your life's gonna change. You miss the magic of the old days. Never thought we'd get old. Maybe we're so young. Maybe you always look back and think it was better than it was. Maybe these are the moments. Maybe I've been messing with it tonight. Then scared of the future, thinking about the past. While missing out on that, we've come so far. I guess I'm right. And I ain't worried about the way I feel my smile. I got some songs. I felt some things since the days that I'm in. You don't know what you got till it goes, till it's gone. You don't know what you got till it goes, till it's gone. Oh, somebody would've told me, son, it would be the good old days. On the love forever, and all these reckless lives you regret. Son, it's a whole lot's gonna change. Don't miss the magic of these good old days.
I feel very fortunate that for this year and last year that I've been left to be able to make the presentation to the class. But before I do, I've got something to say to you guys that I say to every graduating class. Representative Atkins already said it, but I think it's important enough for you guys to hear twice. So one, when you leave this place, you're going to do great things. But never forget who you are, and never forget where you come from. And when you reach all those levels of success that you're going to get, you let everybody know that this little school on the hill in Eastern Kentucky rocked your world, and you're going to rock theirs because of it. Class of 2018, please rise, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce you to the newest graduates of Jackson City School. Seniors, if you're going to throw your cap, now's the time to do it. wonderful reception line.